Alrighty, next one is Nolan, who asks, I am looking for a new job. The good news is a lot of recruiters are calling me. The bad news is they are always trying to reach me during the day. I work in an open office where people can see my computer. I try sending messages on my phone, but then I look like I'm slacking off all day. How do you manage a job search in secret? What do you have for Nolan?
Well, the first thing that I want to re-emphasize is, Nolan, please don't use your office computer for this. Don't use your office email. Today, companies are monitoring these things, and if they find out you've been using any of that, especially during office time, to look for a new job, you can be fired. You will be fired. So please be careful with respect to that. But I also want to tell you that recruiters understand this. I work with recruiters every day. They love to hire people who are working, because you're in demand. If you're working, that says something about you. So they know that you've got to try to find ways outside of normal office hours to touch base with them in the morning, at night, on the lunch hour. So just be upfront with them. They also understand that you're not going to get right back to them. It might take you a couple hours until you have an appropriate break. So keep doing your job and work these into the times outside of work to make sure that there's no conflict.
The most important thing there is resist the urge. So many people think, well, I'm going to quit my job and then I'm going to do a real full-time job search. But it really costs you. And I've never seen anyone try to calculate it, but I'm guessing, and tell me if you agree, that if you don't have a job, I hate to say unemployed, but you've quit to look for work, you're not working, and it puts you in a tough negotiating position. And also after a while, you tend to get a little desperate. So I'm guessing it might cost you 10, 20, 30% in the salary in your next job. What do you think?
Oh, I completely agree. There are plenty of studies to show that, unfortunately, people who are unemployed or discriminated against, how are you going to explain why you quit the job? The only reason you chose to quit it is because you wanted to look for work full time? Immediately suspect. Recruiters aren't going to buy that. You have expenses, you have livelihood. They expect you to work while you find that new job. I think your numbers are spot on, Dale, and you just have to be so careful. That's the piece I can't stress enough. You really don't want it to fly on their radar that you might be looking for work, and I'll tell you a funny story about that. I know of an executive of a company who literally, their social media person was showing them something on her phone on Twitter, and as she was showing the president, a job alert came up that they were looking for a job. Completely awkward moment, right? So you just have to remember that this stuff has to be pushed away while you're in the office. And as Dale said, don't quit your job. I know it's a little extra double duty. You're working full time and looking for a job, but it's really going to pay off for you in the long run.
And we have encountered along the way, we've been doing this for years, and we have encountered along the way a few people who've told us, by the end, it was really fun. I was out there meeting new people. I was learning so much. The job search became a kind of hobby and a very lucrative one. So see if you can enjoy it.
Thank you for saying that, Dale, because if you're doing job search right, what we always say is then you are going to enjoy the process. It's a skill worth developing. So Dale's got it nailed right on the head with that one.